But I must say, I do think that the lack of food has allowed us to already do so.
They don't have food? Oh, that's why they're talking like this and acting like this. There's no food. Welcome back, as today we begin a new series, Severance. This series was actually sponsored by I Like to Stay Home, a name that's pretty familiar around these parts. I don't really have a process for sponsoring a series. If there's a series you want me to watch and you're willing to sponsor it, just message me either through my regular email on Patreon, leave a comment, and we can work something out. But they actually approached me and they were very adamant about me watching this series, and they have great taste. You know, they recommended Pie and Barry Lyndon. I Like to Stay Home. Thank you yet again for being a huge part of the channel and help pushing it forward. What I do know about the series, stars Adam Scott, and it's created by Ben Stiller. Of course, it's an Apple show as well, but it's been described as The Office with a twist. I don't know if it's like a murderous twist or I don't know. A twist could mean anything in today's day and age. So let's get into this. Before we begin, I do want to remind you that you can vote on what I watch, see full-length reactions, and get early YouTube edits on my Patreon through the link in the description. If not, just make sure you subscribe or leave a thumbs up on this video if you do enjoy it. Really helps my channel reach a wider audience, and I greatly appreciate it. But now, it's time for the show. Let's go.
Who are you? Who are you?
Hello?
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself.
That's clearly Adam Scott's voice.
Hey! 5 questions.
5 questions.
What do I get at the end?
Depends on your answers.
What? This is not like The Office at all.
Which U.S. state were you born?
I don't know.
Unknown. Name any U.S. state.
Delaware. What is this?
Delaware.
This is like Blade Runner type questions.
So that's unknown, unknown, Delaware, unknown, unknown.
That's a perfect score.
Is he a robot? This motherfucker's a robot. Clear as day. Look how he's acting. What the fuck? Well, maybe not. They don't fucking usually break down crying in their cars. What the fuck? Might be time to change your occupation if you're having a full-blown cry fest before you clock in. But his wife could have died or something, for all we know.
Are you ready for Mr. Scout? Go ahead.
A lot of green, a lot of yellow. And I put green as my background too, because I saw the poster for the show was green. Looks like I made the right choice. Like, does he even have any friends here? It's work, I would hope so. Maybe they're all in, like, wherever his office is. It's the smallest elevator I've ever seen. Maybe his mood is improving. Or did something trigger it when he went down the elevator? Because it's almost like this noise went off. What the fuck? How far is he gonna keep walking? I just realized this man's been walking for a minute.
Petey better not be out.
I think he's out.
Typical Lumen bullshit.
Oh, careful, guy.
Hi, kids.
What do they do? What is their job?
Morning macro data refinement.
Hi, Mr. Milchek.
Mark, could I have a word?
This dude's just leaning out his chair. The other guy's standing up and Adam Scott's leaning. They were all at full attention when this guy walked in. Macro data refinement. Whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean.
Nice office.
It's horrid. You look awful. You look hungover.
Looks perfectly fine.
The board will be...
Just from her talking about her room and he doesn't look perfect, which he does. This is the woman that demands perfection. You know, off the rip.
At this time, I confer upon you freedom to serve Kier in the advanced role of macro data refinement. Congratulations.
Oh, he took that guy's job.
Oh, a handshake is available upon request.
I can't tell if he's happy or sad.
I'm supposed to start with just the input survey? What if I just talk to her?
Well, she deserves to have the information presented to her in the proper order, just as you had.
Just as... Oh! What the fuck? Wait, so this is how they were all introduced to the company?
I wonder if you'd mind taking a brief survey?
Who's speaking?
Oh my god, the actual answers were unknown. I saw it. I thought maybe they just say you got a perfect score no matter what your answers are.
That's a perfect score.
Did you grow me as food and that's why I have no memories?
Do you think we grew a full human?
What made her get to that? What the fuck? That's so random.
A seesaw.
Ow! Let me out!
God. Take a beat.
She's reacting normally. And it's the way he's talking. He's talking like everything is coming out of a book, like no emotion in anything he's saying.
Okay, my name's Mark. I told that voice I would find him, kill him. Oh, that voice's name was Petey. He became my best friend.
Oh, that's why. That's why he's crushed that Petey's leaving.
I would like to leave the building now.
I'd hate to keep you somewhere you're not happy.
Prepare yourself, lady. You're gonna be walking for a minute. She's probably getting his job. You've only seen 4 workers in this floor.
You're not coming with me?
I'm not allowed to see.
Hell no, that's some bullshit, isn't it? What?
Why the fuck can't I leave?
I did leave. You came back.
Oh my god, that's some bullshit. This is hell. This is a prison.
Look, I do sympathize. It's a video. Welcome to Lumen, Helly.
She's just taking the job, not questioning where she's at, or throwing fists, or swinging on people, or threatening people. Yeah, that dude's clearly the enforcer. Keep shit in line in case someone starts flipping.
My mother used to say that hell is product of a morbid human imagination. Whatever humans can imagine, they can create.
People can create whatever type of hell they can think of. Yeah, why bring that up?
My name is Helly R. I have elected to undergo the procedure known as severance, separating my memories between my work life and my personal life.
What? Oh, so that's what happened when he went through the elevator. It wiped out his memories that didn't have to do with work.
So I'll never leave here.
You'll leave at 5, but it won't feel like it. Not to this version of you, anyway.
Do I have a family?
You'll never know.
And I have no choice.
What the fuck?
Every time you find yourself here, it's because you chose to come back.
That is true. You could just say, I fucking quit. Give me my memories back. I can be a regular person again. But they choose not to, unless they don't have a choice. But he pulled up to work.
No.
Night.
Who would sign up for a job like this? Seriously. What are you doing that's where it's that important? That's the main question.
Hey!
Sorry.
Maybe keep your eyes on the icy road.
They gotta be in like Minnesota or Wisconsin, somewhere. He doesn't have a family? Damn, this dude's life is just depressing up and down.
Hey.
Hey.
As soon as I say something.
You remember that time when we were kids and I was just way better sibling than you?
Oh, must have slipped my mind.
Oh, it's his sis. Okay, so he has family. All right.
You've got life. And then you've got food, which is fuel, calories. It's not the same thing.
Though, if I'm sorry,
Maybe not my type of crowd.
People actually called it the Great War. Apparently, it would have been a faux pas to have called it World War I.
I don't know what a faux pas means. I just assumed it meant that you can't call it 1 because you didn't know a 2 was coming.
Lumen was more on the tech side of things.
They began in the 1800s. Topical salves, right?
What don't they make?
1800s? Oh, so they're like Procter & Gamble type shit where they're involved in everything.
Mark's work is sensitive enough as to require the severance.
I think it's fascinating. I just don't grasp the visceral element. What does it feel like?
I kind of want to know too. She's asking the right questions. It is fascinating too.
Conversely, when you're at work, can't access outside memories. That version of you is trapped there. I mean, not trapped, but...
But what?
Trapped. Trapped.
But I must say, I do think that the lack of food has allowed us to already do so.
They don't
On a
have
much deeper
food?
level.
Oh.
That's why they're talking like this and acting like this. There's no food.
if I give you $3,000, will you forgive me?
Wait, they have food right
Because
there.
you're
She's
innocent
pregnant?
of...
Because she said, am I livestock? I remember that. Is there a food shortage? And she just figured, oh my God, they're growing people and killing them.
I'm proud of you for taking that job. And I think she would have been too. I know she would have been. Forgetting about her for 8 hours a day isn't the same thing as healing.
And there it is. He got the job, so it's 8 hours. He won't have to think about his wife that he lost. See, that's, oh my God. I said something too about him crying. Maybe he lost his wife. That's you lost your soulmate type of crying.
I still don't quite get the 3 beds.
His colleague told us that switching out the beds as the child grows can wound that child.
Irreparably.
That's a stupid fucking thing. Having all 3 beds ready. Then 99.9% of people who have ever existed have been damaged by it then. Nah, bro, someone's definitely out there. I saw her too. What the fuck? Is that the guy? The one that got fired? Oh, what was his name? Perry? But he doesn't remember him! Unless they gave you your work memories when you quit. Pretty high up, man. Have to clean them fucking gutters. Nice homes.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, Mrs. Slovig. They've cooked the food and it's here.
Hi, kids. What's for dinner? You don't get that reference.
That's probably something from work. So how did he get his work memories?
Okay, who the fuck are you?
My name's Petey. I'm from work.
Severance is pretty permanent.
Yeah, bypassing the implant wasn't easy. I had help.
There's an implant? That's how it's done? Oh, hell no. You're not putting no fucking chip in me to erase my memories? That seems like the most dangerous shit you could ever do, ever to yourself.
They being Grainer, who's probably out here right now.
Grainer, okay. Is that a good person you know?
We both know him.
Is that the black guy with the little mini fro?
Nothing down there is what they say. If something happens to me, the things I know need to stay known. I'd prefer it be by a friend.
How's he supposed to communicate this to his work friend? His work self.
You're my very good friend.
So you're not my best friend, but I'm yours. He's got to find a way to relay those messages to his work self. Or he could just say, even here, I'm not going in anymore. I quit after reading whatever's in this fucking letter.
Sorry about the card. I had to grab something and I know it's not appropriate. Though I'm sure you'd be a really fucking awesome niece. I used to think it would take a monster to put someone into that office, especially if the person was himself. But we're not monsters, Mark. Not real ones.
You were just lied to.
If you don't want to know, I won't force it. But if you do, there's an address on the back of this card.
Mark, is that you?
Oh, hi, Mrs. Selvig.
Is it his boss?
Just,
some old lady. I was
Sorry.
about to say.
My mother was a Catholic. She used to say it takes the saints 8 hours to bless us.
Is it her?
Good night, Mrs. Selvig.
Mark?
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. She's really keeping an eye on this guy. Oh my God, it's over already? That was the... Okay, so he's directing episodes too? Okay. Had to be like the quickest hour of television I've ever seen. Let's hit this post-credit scene. What was that? You hear how it ended like that? What the hell? And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Severance Season 1, Episode 1. That may be one of the best pilot episodes I've ever seen. As far as pulling you in and making you intrigued about the series, it's one of those shows where you know there's a lot more to the surface. It's not a show where you think it's one thing, then they throw another thing on you. This thing has been mysterious and mysterious. Did I say mysterious? That's the best word to describe it. Mysterious and not forthright from the opening scene to the closing scene. It's funny because both times while watching it, I said, he's showing no emotion. Like, is this dude even human? Literally, the next scene showed that he was a human. He was crying in the car. And then I said, damn, this dude's asking questions straight out of a book, you know? And she wakes up with no memory. You're kind of coming off as like, you know, not human to her. And then he broke down and was like, listen, I'm Mark, yada yada. I'm doing this test. I know I did the same thing. I was in this. So the humanity is there. It's just he's really good at hiding it, covering it up. This show is very aware of how they're portraying its characters. And they're doing it intentionally because everyone besides the 2 co-workers he was sitting with and the girl that he interviewed in the beginning, I feel like they're not really severed. The Perry? That's his name, right? Petey, like Petey said, what you guys are doing, it's nothing what you think is going on. That stairwell scene was a trip. That was the first time in the show you're like, and how do you explain that? Everything else is kind of explainable. You know, they have a microchip in their head. That's why they can't remember stuff when they go into the severed floor. But how the fuck did she go in the stairwell and keep coming out? Oh my God! She really... I'm sitting here thinking it was an optical illusion, and she opened the door, like when the final time she came through, and she came through the door, you could see like the stairwell, so it was real. It's not like it was it's just that version of her left, but she kept coming back. That means she kept forcibly coming back. They have to show like what she did the time she kept leaving that made her come back, the same way that they showed from the intro to his point of view of interviewing her. So why would she come back? Oh yeah, unless she was like, damn, my other version of myself was trying to leave. Fuck, well, I signed up for this, and she just kept going back. What the fuck? Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh shit. And I can see how something like this would be controversial. While they were talking about it at the table with such a disdain, and you can see why people wouldn't be okay with this. I'm not okay with it. Just watching it on the show, I can already say I would not be involved with this if this was a real thing. And they think because the participants are fully aware that makes it okay, but how are you really aware? How are you okay with it? You don't know if the version of you that's at work isn't in pure hell. But of course, his wife being gone would explain why he wants to take a job like that. Everyone that works there must have went through some crazy shit then. I don't know. You gotta really hate your life to want to go through with some shit like that. And why is his boss his neighbor? We know she's not severed. The smirk on her face went away when Mark went inside, and she fucks with him with the barrels every day, just to probably have a reason to keep in contact with him. However Petey removed that microchip from his head to be able to give him that message, it's huge. It could be a sympathizer, someone that's like, sees what's going on there. How would they have found out what's going on? Must have been an ex-Lumen employee. I don't know. See, I'm already speculating. This is just the first episode. Great first episode. Great, excellent first episode. Didn't know Ben Stiller had it in him. It was shot very well too. Ben Stiller's done a ton of movies though, so that shouldn't really be too surprising. He did do a good job, I'll say that. Adam Scott, I have not seen him in any dramatic roles. I think he's done dramatic roles like The Big Short and all that, but I haven't seen them. I've only seen him in comedies, but I'm a Adam Scott fan, and Jesus from The Big Lebowski being in this. Those are the two recognizable faces, but it's a great show so far. I'm pulled in. If anything stood out to you in this episode, or there was anything I might have missed, please tell me about it in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed watching my reaction. All I ask is that you leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can also vote on what I watch, see full-length reactions, and get early YouTube edits on my Patreon through the link in the description. You guys are the best. We're family, and you know it. That's it for me. Until next time, spread peace and love. I'm out.